If you're watching this video, you've hopefully watched the one on making neon already. Every electron cloud had 2 electrons. Electrons are the glue that bind two atoms together. Let's make a couple of hydrogen atoms. They each get 1 proton in the middle and 1 electron on the outside. Carbon has 6 protons and 6 electrons. But what happens if you make carbon? Some of these electrons have to go. Neon has 10 and we only need 6.
The Journey to Neon Carbon Passport has a little game of chance to figure out how many neutrons you have inside. It says to roll a 12-sided die and see if you get a 7. Nope. Well, I guess that means our mass number must be 12. So 12 minus 6 is 6, and we get 6 neutrons. We call this carbon 12.
We've done some surgery on our neon and removed all but 6 protons and 6 neutrons from the middle.
On the outside, we have 4 electrons. 1, 2, and 2 in the 2s orbital. 1, 2. The pink and yellow orbitals only have 1 electron, and those electrons would really like a second electron to share their space with. The way they do this is by forming a bond. 1 carbon and 1 hydrogen could share a pair of electrons like this. But we know that carbon can actually make 4 bonds. So how does carbon make 4 bonds? We took all 4 orbitals off that second shell. And we're going to show you how carbon is thought to rearrange these orbitals so it can make 4 bonds. We're going to make what is called an sp3 hybrid, which means 1 s and 3 p orbitals all mixed together to make 4 hybrids of equal parts of all these orbitals. First, we have to break apart each orbital into 4 pieces. And we use 1 piece of each orbital to make 4 new orbitals. These would basically be 1/4 s orbital and 3/4 p orbital, 1 of each type of p, px, py, and pz. Now we attach our new sp3 hybrid orbitals back into the second shell of our carbon atom. When these 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals get as far apart as possible, the geometry becomes tetrahedral. You can see that more easily in this wooden orbital model, which is part of the Journey to Neon orbital model toy set. Notice that it has 1 s and 3 p orbital colors: magenta, yellow, and red. Here's the neon toy that we made. Its orbitals are not hybridized. Using the model orbital toy, if we were to make carbon, we would now put 1 electron on each of these sp3 hybrid orbitals. But notice there are 2 little Velcro dots on each orbital. There's room for 2 electrons. They would rather all be paired up with another electron. So that's where the bonds come in. Now we're going to attach 1 hydrogen to each empty little Velcro dot, showing that it is sharing its electron with the electron on carbon to form a bond. Electrons are the glue that hold atoms together. Now we have CH4, or carbon bonded to 4 hydrogens. This is also known as methane. Now you can go ahead and finish your carbon by putting an electron on each one of those sp3 hybrid orbitals. If you're doing this at home and you can't find one of those spiral ornaments that you can press open, you could always use a styrofoam ball. But remember, there's always going to be 2 electrons trapped inside of that ball. The ones on the outside of the ball will be your valence electrons. You can use colored tape to cut out electrons of any color you wish. Or you could buy the unpainted version of the Journey to Neon orbital toys and paint your own.